Welcome to another BD Boys podcast. We got a little something special for you all, a little holiday treat. We got the youngest members of the BD Boy family, Alissa and Marissa, my daughters. Before we start, just so you know the rules, like don't yell over each other, don't talk over each other, try and let each other, talk. Don't get too heated. Don't be like that one, Dirty Des, and lose her mind. But anywho, all right. So today we're doing a special college edition. Most kids right now are coming home for college break, so we're like, hey, let's go ahead and talk to the two that have been off to college for the last 2 years. So, Alyssa, Marissa, you guys have any nicknames you want to be called, or?
You can just say Allie.
They're just going with the plain. Allie and Marty. Okay. So this episode is going to be kind of like the whole college from like starting to high school to where you are now. Okay. So let's start with like the first process of like applying. When did you guys like honestly start thinking like, hey, I want to go to college? Not just like a dream, but like, hey, like my grades are good. Like when did you actually start thinking you could go? And kind of thinking of where you wanted to go. Al, if you want to start. Al, if you want to start.
Honestly, that's a good question because I feel like college, I just never really saw myself going to college. I feel like I didn't think I was.
I was going to say that about you. Yeah.
Oh, why were you going to say that?
Because you used to say that. You just didn't seem like you were about. That's how I was. Like college was the last thing on my mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like school just really wasn't for me. Like school is really hard, especially middle school and like elementary school, because I feel like we were always getting compared, and I was just like, bruh, like.
Compared to Madi.
Yeah.
So are you saying like Madi was excelling? Is that what do you mean you didn't like being compared?
I just was like never good at school. Like school just wasn't for me, Like I would go to school and I would just want to be with my friends. I wouldn't want to actually be in class, you know what I mean?
But see, I didn't take that as like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm not smart. It was just more like that was just what you weren't into. Like Madi was more like structured, like I need to come home, I need to take care of this, I need to make sure, whereas you were just kind of like, oh, whatever, like, so it was more of that attitude. I think I don't think you were like as dialed in as Madi, but so that was what, junior high? So college wasn't obviously on your mind.
Yeah, I pretty much failed 8th grade.
Hey, chill, grandma's gonna be watching. She doesn't know you failed.
She knows.
She knows?
Everyone knows because I was grounded for like 6 months. Bro, like, didn't let me do...
Stop. I've never grounded anybody for 6 months.
Bro, basically, I was grounded for, 6 months.
6 months.
So then after that, then I went to Paraclete. And I feel like I got my act together. And...
So, but what's that famous thing you always were joking is, like, you say you got serious... Because in 7th grade, you were saying 8th grade. I thought 7th grade, you were, like, a terror. You were getting in trouble. Remember the office was calling.
Okay, I wasn't a bully, bro.
Yeah, you were definitely going down the wrong path. I was like, might have to cut bait.
I feel like both I was going to get 16 and pregnant. The way you would talk about me.
I didn't say that.
The way you would talk about me.
No, I'm telling you, like, come on, get your act together. If I believe in you and I think you have potential, if I was like, oh, this fool ain't that bright, like, hey, that's the best you could do, then I wouldn't have cared. True. But because I was like, Allie, come on, like, you can do this stuff. You're smart. You're just as good as Madi if you thought you weren't. Like, just get it together. Why are y'all trying to be a hoodlum in 7th grade? You know what I mean? Like, throwing rocks at kids. Like, come on, man.
Damn, I can't even say he was wrong about that.
You know what I mean? But remember you said that it was like in 8th grade or something. I said, if you don't pick up your grades, then you're not going to go to Paraclete with Madi. Mm-hmm. And I thought you said, like, you were real. Of course, I was just bluffing. I mean, I'm not going to send them to different schools. But you said that kind of, like, scared you, like, oh, crap. And then it kind of got you back in line, I guess?
Yeah, I feel like because the school that he wanted to put me in, I just was like, oh, hell no, I do not want to go there. Like, remember David went there? And
we don't say it. We don't want to be throwing shade at schools.
All right. That's why I didn't say the school.
Right.
Stuff happened. So I was like, bro, I do not want to go to that school again. And I was like, Madi and I already did, 6th grade? We did it separately because he went to a different school than me. Mm-hmm. So I was like, bro, I just was like, everyone went to Paraclete too.
Right. Yeah, so, that's true. A lot of actually a lot more kids that I would expect from your junior high went to Paraclete, because usually it's like public school don't go to private.
Well, not just that, but like the family, like you, Chris.
Oh, right.
Marty.
A legacy that I started.
Bruh. Okay. So I was like, Tito was gonna go there. Tito does go there now. So I was like, what? I'm gonna be the only kid that goes to a different school.
Yeah,
like,
then you would have definitely been like the black sheep. Like, hey, did you go to Paraclete? I'm the only one.
Like, honestly, so I didn't want to do that.
Okay, so
that
I
feel like, yeah, I picked up my grades and I passed it. I graduated 8th grade. Thank you.
Praise Allah. But you know what? I saw a change instantly at Paraclete. You know what I mean? Like, from what I saw, you were finally like serious about school. Like, you cared.
Yeah.
And I could tell you were like, this isn't someone. You know, there's some kids that are like going to school, but it's like they're just kind of going just to finish. They're not going with that's how I was. I was just kind of like, how do I get out of here? But I wasn't thinking at all about college. And I'm not saying you were freshman year, but it seemed like you were now like, I'm in here to like actually do good, which that's my whole point in life is like, and again, I didn't follow this, but don't like high school. Like I feel like you maybe could have done better, but you did good. Like I was impressed. I was, I forgot the word I was thinking of. Proud. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she's taking care of business. Because you could have just went and like, well, you know, I'm just going to kind of cruise by. I just want to pass. I just, you know, as long as I graduate, it's all good. But why, if you're going to do something, why not be good at it? Like, you know what I mean? I take that as like sports. Like, why am I going to go out there and like, oh, I'm horrible. I'm just going to do bad. I don't really care. No, I always, maybe that's being competitive, but like, don't you always want to do your best? So it's like, if you're going to go to school and go to high school and like, try to kick ass and like knock it out. But
facts.
Anyways, okay, so let's go to Mod. What about you, Mod? Well, so you didn't really say on when you kind of got interested. When did you really think like, this is some legit S that I'm looking forward to and I'm gonna try? Do you remember a specific or?
I honestly feel like senior year, because I didn't think about college. No, like senior year, that's like late. Dead ass. Huh?
That's late.
Yeah, that's why I didn't have like a dream college. Like, yeah, I wanted to go to San Diego State where you went, but like, I was like, wasn't actually really getting to San Diego State.
Aztecs, only for the real ones though. Those are only for real ones.
All right.
Come
what?
on.
What do you mean?
Like G's, gangsters, like a legit.
So I'm not a gangster?
No, not San Diego State worthy, but you guys are cool, but you guys are Bay Area.
Only white people go to San Diego State.
You guys are Bay.
All right, anyways.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Mexico is right there. Like the border is right there. Anyways, go on to Marty. All right, Marty, what about you?
Yeah, what the freak, bro?
Since you were apparently the overachiever according to Al.
I feel like I always just did good in school.
All right, chill with all that. I'm the natural.
It's facts. Like, we can pull up my report cards.
Okay, all right.
4.0s.
Did school come easy to you, or you just always had tried?
I feel like it just came easy. I didn't ever really have to try hard. It was just natural.
Okay, so are you...
Let's be nice.
I mean, are you going to stop bragging and tell us to answer the question?
Wait, what's the question?
The question is, when did you really start to think, like, oh, damn, I got to start thinking about college or where I want to go and just, like, let's get this popping?
I think for me, it was, like, junior year. Because I always wanted to go to, like, UCLA or San Diego
That was always
State.
my dream school.
That was always my dream, but I didn't do enough. In high school. Yeah, that's
you have
so
to do
true.
like you can't even just do grades. It has to be like clubs, extracurriculars.
But that's what I was just about to say is like don't short yourself because honestly you could do everything that you possibly can and still not get in. Like that, the percentage rate of getting in is so low.
It's so low.
And it's kind of so random because like there's other people who I've heard like had these crazy grades didn't get in, and then other people with lower not as good and they got in. So it kind of like comes down to that essay and like you're right, what you were actually doing. They want people who were like working full time at 8 years old and like captain of every single sports team and school president and you know what I mean. And if you're not, it's like okay, sorry.
It's like
and not to be racist, but there is a lot. Calm down. You're already giving that look like don't say. But there's a lot more Asians that have come over and that are going like their percentage has gone up, and they're killers in what I mean. Like they literally like dedicate everything to like education, and there is a different level. So I think we need to pick our game up. Like you know what I mean. Like if you want to compete, that's what you got to do. You got to put in all the effort.
Well, I feel like that falls on the parents, though.
Oh, so, okay, here we go.
No,
exactly what I thought.
No,
So it's my fault. Is it my fault you guys didn't get into UCLA?
No, I didn't say
wow.
I'm just saying, like, those kids, like, them.
Did you want me to beat you and keep you pinned, tie you to the table? And be like, you're not leaving until you study for 19 hours straight?
No, okay, Dad.
Then, yeah, you would have been at UCLA, but you've been probably miserable right now.
Exactly, so that's why, like, you don't blame the parents.
Well, I don't.
Thank you.
I'm not blaming. No,
hey, if we're gonna turn this into that kind of podcast, I'm all ready to start loading my shots, girl.
You didn't even let me finish talking. I'm saying they were raised differently. Like, those parents are like so strict on them, like
strict, like, and nobody wants those kind of parents.
Well, not that.
You about to get one tonight. You guys might be grounded starting tonight.
Bro,
I'm not
what?
even kidding.
No, mac and cheese, then.
I'm not even. Oh.
No mac and cheese.
You can still cook while you're grounded. Ask Desiree. She's grounded right now. She's still cooking. She's still cooking.
Hey, Desiree out of this.
All right.
We're out of this.
All right. Next subject. Let's get back to serious. Like, that is cool to joke, but I wanted this to, like, maybe some college student who's like nervous and about the whole process. Like, let's try to help. Even if we help one person, you know what I mean? Come on, girls, do something good. All right, scared, excited, ready when it was time to come to go. And I think, give me a little bit. We'll start with Mike this time. Like, from the time you got in to the time we visited and to the time like you made up your decision, it was like time to go. Like, what were your feelings and did they change? And like, be honest, all right?
Okay, I feel like in the beginning I was excited because I was like, new place, new people, new-ish. But then I got there and I was like, whoa, what is this? Like,
what was like, what shocked you the most? Was it just being alone? Like,
I think
crap.
Just being alone. Because, like, Allie had roommates. I didn't have roommates.
Well, you had a roommate.
I had a roommate, but she was never
there.
Like, she was never there.
But you didn't know that on day one.
So I feel like that's why I was by myself. So I was, like, scared.
What about the, like, okay, so that's when you were actually there. What about the month to the week leading up to? Was it, like, getting nervous? Was it just like, oh, that's what I got to do. I got to go take care. This is what homies do. We take care of business. Or was it like, oh, crap, what did I do? Maybe I should have just went to a community college and chilled for a couple of years.
I think it was both. I think I was, like, scared, but at the same time I was, like, excited. I was, like, really excited.
And you know what's crazy is that, like, going that first year compared to going the second, you know, like, even though you're only a sophomore and it's still only your second year going, you know everything what to expect. It's like nothing new. Mm-hmm. But going that first, like, you have no, and I can tell you, oh, it's like this in the dorms, but until you get to, like, a college and you're in a room by yourself and it's like that first night, turn the light off and, like, where the hell? I'm in some weird-ass little bunk bed, you know what I mean, for the first time in my life. Like, that's got to be crazy scary. I don't even remember. Well, I went older because I went to community college. So for me, I was already like 42 when I went to college. You guys were like 18. You know what I mean? Like 17?
Freshly 18.
18. You had just turned 18. So Al, what about you?
Man, it was crazy. But
leading up to, build it up a little. Like, going, what were your emotions? Was it just kind of like, I don't really care. Let's just go? Like, you didn't even think about it?
Yeah, I didn't really, like, it didn't really occur. It didn't really hit. Yeah, like, it didn't hit until, like, we toured the school, and I was like, oh, wow, okay, I'm gonna go here, like, what? And then, like, I feel like, really, though, it did not hit me until that first night when you guys dropped me off, because, like, when you guys dropped me off and you guys left, it was just, they left. I just did not. Yeah, I just did not know what to do. I was like, wait, I literally did not eat that night. I didn't eat the first. I didn't eat that night because I was too scared to go to the dining hall and like I had a roommate. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Like, yeah.
Yeah. For me, I didn't go eat because like I saw everyone eating with their roommates and my roommate wasn't there, so I was like, I don't even know.
Dude, I honestly am getting anxiety just thinking about that. I'm not.
Yeah, I called Dad the next day. I called because I think you guys dropped me off on a Friday or Saturday.
Oh, we were still up with Marty, or no? We went there and then came.
I think you guys with me.
Okay, I didn't eat for like the first 2 days. I think Dad dropped me off on a Friday, and then the next day, Saturday, I didn't go to the dining hall because I just spent the day with my roommate. Like we went. Oh no! I don't remember exactly what I did, but I remember I bought food at like the store, and I came home and I made food. And the next day, that was Sunday, and I was like, I don't know if I did not know how the dining hall worked, so I called Dad and I was like,
I know how you're dining.
Dad, you remember this?
No.
I remember I was walking around campus. I remember that field behind my...
Yeah, oh yeah.
Remember they tore it down,
Yeah.
They tore it down.
I love that little field.
But I was walking around the field because I didn't know if the dining hall was open, and I was too scared to go over there.
Oh my
So I called Dad, and I was like... And I also didn't remember how many, like, exactly what my meal plan was, because I remember my meal plan was 12 meals in a week. So I called Dad and I was like, Dad, it's Sunday. Does my meal plan work? Like, do you think it works? I think I have 12 meals, but I don't really know if I can go to the dining hall today. And then I just remember Dad being like, I think you looked online for me and you were like, you have 12.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, you were like, oh, you have 12 meals, and you were like, just go over there and see if it's open. And then I went, and people were like walking in and out, and I was like, oh, it is open.
But you know what's crazy about that is you guys were first off little kids, you know what I mean? And you're all of a sudden, you've never lived on your own. All of a sudden, you're living on your own. And you're not only just like okay, it's not like you're just in a little apartment. You're living in a major college, which is almost like a little city, you know what I mean? Like full of just brand new strangers. So that's hard. Mm-hmm. And then, like, can you imagine that nowadays? Like, if you know how to do something, calling me to like, Dad, where do I go for my first? You know what I mean? Like now, you guys are like upperclassmen. So now to you, everything should be just like, oh, like I remember when I was at college, where it was like, hey, where are you going? Oh, we're going to the hall, or we'll be at, like, everyone knows all the spots or where to go, and hey, I'll meet you at where? Oh, we're gonna go. Oh yeah, let's go hit the gym at 8. Let's go, you know. And it's like, you know, all the like names and nicknames of places or whatever. But that you guys are there now, but that first day you're like,
yeah,
where do I even go to eat? Do they have food at this college? All right, that's crazy. Yeah.
I also didn't go to the gym for like 2 weeks because
I didn't go for the first month.
Really? Yeah, I didn't go for like the first 2 weeks because I didn't know how it worked. Like, I didn't know if I could just go in there. I didn't know, like...
Well, there was something you had to still sign up?
Yeah, you had to, like, sign a waiver.
But you have to do that every semester.
Yeah, but you just go in there. Now I know, just go in there, walk in there, type your ID, and then go. Right. But I didn't know that. So I remember, like, it wasn't until I met these girls on my floor, and they one time, like, invited me to go to the gym with them. And they were like, oh, do you want to go to the gym with us? And I was like... Wait, yes, please. Like, I've been wanting to go to the gym.
Wait, were you guys hardcore gym? Yes. I know now you guys are gym freakazoids, but were you guys that back then?
We were. We didn't start, I feel like we didn't really start getting into the gym until, like, the end of high school, like, senior year. We started going. Remember?
Yeah, we just, like, once,
But I don't remember you guys. Soccer. I just remember it was just, like, crazy. Going, but not like,
well, I think senior year we started going, like, in the beginning. Yeah, because we went like during the summer with our mom before, I think, senior year.
Well, so then, you guys were at ladies first.
Mm-hmm. So then I think after like high school senior season, because remember I quit. So like,
damn.
So I was going
quitters up in the house.
So it's T. So we were going to the gym. Remember, I was going to the gym by myself for a while, like while Ali was like.
Oh really?
Oh, whatever. All right, we're getting off topic. Yeah, I didn't. Thanks to those girls though, I started going to the gym. But now I don't even talk to them because it was easy.
Do you even, like, see them or know them? Or
I don't even see them. I saw the girl. Actually, I saw one of the girls, like, a few weeks ago, and I was like, because I was like, how do I know that girl?
I feel like that's one thing about college is you meet crazy-ass people.
That and, like, isn't it how crazy it is? Like, high school, like, you see, especially a small high school, like, it's not like you just see someone freshman year and then like, oh, I haven't seen that person in 3. Like, you see everybody, the same people every single day. Mm-hmm. But then college, it's like a little, and plus some people don't live on campus. Some people come in only for certain hours. So it's like you can see somebody and then never see them again. Like, that's colleges are so big. You know what I mean? Yeah. But okay, so definitely you guys were like going through all the emotions. It hit you more when you were there. Was there any like hardcore depression?
Hell yeah.
Was there?
Yes, I feel like for me,
like crying.
Yeah.
Crying because you what? Like you just were
just
homesick?
Everything. I remember it wasn't
scared?
just because for me, I did not make friends for the longest. Like my only friend was my roommate Camille.
Damn, Al, get
Shout out Camille. Love you.
What was wrong with you? Why didn't nobody like you?
I just feel like my campus is just not, like, remember my dorm too?
Not as, like, social.
Yeah, my dorm was, like, my first year was, like, an apartment, and it was, like, all the way at the end of the hall, like, it was huge. Like, there was, like, 4 girls in my dorm.
There were what?
There was, like, 4 girls in my room or something like that. But...
Oh, yeah. Well, remember roommate, your first roommate was like a mute.
Yeah.
And like would never leave the room and just had her boyfriend over nonstop.
Yeah, and my other roommate in the other room, she always went home, so I never really saw her. I was only really close with one girl. But I just feel like my campus in general is just not really, like, good for social life. Like,
right.
in the dorms.
Yeah, it wasn't like a typical.
Yeah, like at least the building I was
college.
in. Yeah, the building I was in didn't have good, like, dorms to be, like, I couldn't really go to I knew my neighbors, but we weren't cool, like, we weren't friends, you know? So it was like, that's how
it was more, it felt like more like apartment.
Yeah.
Apartment living. Because I remember in college, like, when you walk the dorms, like, we would just walk down our floor, every other, if not every door was open. So, like, you look, hey, what's up? Like, everybody would talk to you as you come. Like, it was just nonstop. Yours, it was like, I think I saw, like, 3 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and one of them was my roommate when we were moving in, remember?
Yeah. Other than that, it was like, I never saw anybody. Yeah. So, it was like, even Marty's was more traditional. Like,
yeah,
mine
just
was.
Loud and, you know, kids everywhere or whatever. But, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. But, like, what's the lesson? Like, you can go from just crying and, like, I don't know what the heck. Dad, what time is the food open? To now, you would say thriving?
Yeah.
Comfortable?
Yeah, definitely comfortable, for sure. And also, I was going to say, it wasn't just that. It was, like, classes. Because, like,
oh, yeah.
I really struggled with, like, my classes my first year. Because I just got thrown into, like, these random classes that I have to fulfill for my prereqs or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really get to do, like, my major classes. So I was, like, in these classes. I remember I was in this one class. It was so hard. Like, and I went every day because I would just I would be sitting in class and I'd be like, what the F are we talking about?
Oh,
like,
I remember you called and you were just like,
I did not know.
I don't get it.
I thought I was going to fail the class because I think
What was it?
It was, philosophy. It was philosophy something. And
philosophy low-key is hard.
Yeah, I would just walk into the class and I just feel like stupid. Like I was just like, this is like not for me. Same with like my women gender studies class. I took a women gender studies class. It was cool. That class was cool. But I just like in all these classes, I just felt like dumb because people would be using like words that I did not know what they were saying. And I just feel like I just did not know the material. I just did not know what was going on.
But is that because you just weren't prepared, or you weren't like why, or it was just those classes you just didn't get it?
I guess I just felt like I just didn't get it. Like it just didn't click for me. Like the only class I liked was my English class. That was the only class that I was like in there that I got like an A in there.
Which that's crazy because that's my word. Like I've never done good in English.
That was my best subject, but I literally would like call everyone and be like, I just feel stupid, like I feel dumb. I remember I called Grandma and I was like, I feel dumb. I remember I called my mom and my mom was like, no, stop, like it's okay. But I just felt like dumb. I don't know if I ever told you. Did I ever call you? I was like,
I think you've called me.
I probably did, but I feel like I just never really wanted to tell Dad because Dad like.
Oh God! No, I'm the horrible.
No.
This is turning into I'm the horrible.
No, because I didn't want to disappoint you.
How would you disappoint me just by saying I don't get it? If anything, I'd be like, all right, well, we got to find out how to get it done. You know what I mean?
True, but I don't know. But I feel like after my first year. Second year is when I started to take like my major classes, and that's when I was like, all right, it's like clicking for me now, you know?
So just like quick off topic, speaking of that, because now like you guys are adults. I don't check your grade. But like, do you feel more like it's obviously different from high school because like your grades are on you. Like, are you guys trying to just pass? Are you guys like, I still want to excel. I still want to, you know, or are you just kind of like, hey, because in the end, I don't want to be exactly what I said not to do. I'm basically saying as long as you get your degree, you get your degree. That's the most important thing. Of course, if you're going to do something, be the best at it, but it's not as important as in high school. Like, if you get a B in college, okay, cool. You got a B in college. Like, nobody looks at your transcripts. I mean, maybe some jobs do it. I've never heard. I've always just, you know, you put your degree down. So it's not as important, at least to me, my thinking, as like high school where you're getting good grades to get into college. Now, if you guys but you should be, you know, it's a good thing if you're planning on going to grad school, then yeah, grades still matter because you basically have to go and do the whole same thing, apply to graduate school to get your master's or something. So I don't know if we even talked about that, but do you feel like more pressure, less pressure than high school, the same, doesn't really matters more? Like, how are you guys in terms of like grades now? Because now you're adults, so It's like grades are kind of kiddish, but it's like it still is
No, grades matter.
That's
I
still,
know.
yeah.
I don't want to say that it doesn't matter because it's like, yeah, it's on you. So it's not like, you know, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like, because if you really, because it's easy to just pass, but it's also easy to just fail.
It's really,
And I've
really?
seen it's so
really
easy
to-
because like I feel like especially freshman year, it's like nobody's telling you to go to class. So it's like,
right,
do I have to go to class? Nobody's telling me I have to. So like it can get easy doing that.
Or I feel like if you get caught up in doing other stuff, distractions, I feel like it's really easy. I feel like, that I was saying that definitely happened to me at my second semester freshman year when I joined sorority. No, I still love it, but I definitely did get distracted for a little bit, and
Yeah, it's all you talk. Didn't all she care and talk about was sorority stuff?
No, that's not.
No, your first year, she was obsessed. No,
Not obsessed, but like that's all she ever did. Actually,
That's obsessed.
I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
literally
That's all you ever talked
that's
about.
literally the definition of obsessed.
Okay, well, guys, I was just joining something new, like.
Yeah,
I
no, true, and that was like your first thing on your own, like, and it's so social, like
I
it's
finally
about.
started making friends, so I guess that is all I talked about because those were all my only friends, like, you know.
And she joined it because of me.
Because you were supposed to too. And then what
did
happened?
join
You
it
got
because
kicked
of
out or something?
I didn't get kicked out. I just didn't really like.
But yeah,
I didn't care for it.
honestly, I feel like it can cause a lot of distractions if you're not doing it for the right reasons, and that really hit me once I was like realizing my grades. I was like, okay, like I'm here for this, not for this. Like, what am I doing, you know?
Yeah.
So I had to really like step it up and like lock in because that was just like not okay, you know?
I feel like freshman year for me like was my worst year academically, just because like, well,
For me,
first semester was like friends going out, and then like second semester I met Sebastian, so it was like all I cared about
There
was
we go.
all I cared about was him. But obviously now I learned the balance: friends, partying, friend, like all
I
of
feel
that.
like it took me a while to learn that because I feel like I was still learning that my second year. Like I still was struggling on balancing school with like my social life.
And honestly, that is a good, like, that's how life is. Like, guess what? As life goes on, you're going to have to keep, like, balancing. So it's like, you might as well, if you go too crazy on one, other stuff falls off naturally. So that is a good thing about, that's why a lot of people say, like, oh, college, why do you got to go to college? Like, it doesn't even matter. You can get, you can get just as good of a paying job not going to college. But to me, it's like college isn't just about getting a good job, which statistics show if you do graduate from college, the higher levels you go, the better opportunities you have. And you know what I mean? Like, so when you go into the real world, you want as much, like you're going into a fight, right? Like you want to go in with just one gun, or you want to go in with 4 guns and a grenade, and you want everything you could take into it. And so a lot of people kind of shortchange college, like, oh, it's just you're just paying for a degree to get a job. Yeah, but you learn. If you would, so say you never went to college, you guys were still here. Not that that's bad. Say you're just like learning a trade or something. You go right into the world. You've never like lived with other people. Allie, you both know about roommate issues. You know, not saying anything about right now, but like you've known how it is to like live with strangers. It's hard, and like you're learning stuff that other people aren't going to learn, and that is going to help you learn. College, you work in groups, you do projects, you do all that stuff helps you. You know what I mean? It's all giving you experience. It's all, you know, just being around all other kids your own age that don't really, everybody's kind of in the same boat. You know, all that stuff is what's helped growing you as a person, which is going to make you better. So it's like, why would you not? And if you get a good enough grades to go to college, why would you not? Like, if you know you get a degree, you know you're instantly. It doesn't mean you're going to be successful making $300,000 a year, but guess what? You got a really big head start. Now, if it's up to you what to do with it, like if you two both graduate, get your degrees, and just decide to turn into like weed smokers and like I don't want to do anything, well, guess what? Having a degree isn't going to help you at all.
Grammar is great, guys. Sorry.
But
don't disrespect.
If you have a degree, you're one step up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what all life is. Have you guys seen that? Like, this is different.
It's all about getting ahead.
Getting ahead. But have you seen that one? It's like a little game they're playing, but it's to describe like racism, where they have like a whole bunch of different people. Have you seen it? So they have a whole line of like people of different ethnicities: black, white, Mexican, whatever. Like anything you can think of. Some disabled, some short, like you all. Some tall, like me. Some good looking, like all kinds of different, all kinds of people. Well, the game is like they say the first thing is like, who comes from a family where your parents did not get divorced? Take a step forward.
Oh, that.
So then it's like primarily the white kids all take a step forward. Then the next one was like, who, even if your parents got divorced, whose dad was not in the picture? Take a step forward. All the whites still take another step forward.
I take a step forward.
Not all of them, but like a majority. Then the next one is like who's dark.
Latinos are.
Who's dark?
Yeah, who's got dark skin? Like no, but it's like it's real. Like and it's,
I've only seen like clips of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Right, and then in the end, they're like, okay, now run to this line and let's see who gets there first. It's the people that are already there. Like, it's not. It's just they have advantages. You know what I mean? And so like to me, that's what college is. It's like I'm not saying you're going to be successful if you go to college. I'm not saying you're not going to be successful if you go to college. But if that's just one more thing that can help you, boom, couple steps forward. Why would you not do it? Like you put in the work for high school, you got good grades, so why not you know what I mean? What was that for then? You were doing that for something. So, anyway, and what's crazy is that you guys were talking about like your first year was hard on you. After my first semester, I was put on academic probation. My mom didn't even know. I don't know if I think I did finally tell her like years later, but they sent me a letter, and it was like your cumulative GPA, if it's not above a 2.0 after this upcoming semester, then you'll be like kicked out. Basically, it is like removed. And I was like,
because didn't she write you a letter?
No, I never told her.
Damn.
I just remember getting home that whole summer was just like I was like
for my grades.
I was like, bro, no, it wasn't the summer. Winter break, I must have come back, and I was just like,
you were like, bro, I need to lock in.
All of this to get to college, like it was hard for me to get to college. I had to go balls out at the community college because my high school grades were so bad. Like I did all that just to go and then get kicked out. So like I locked in. I didn't get great grades, but I did enough to pass. And I learned as you get older, you kind of learn like, okay, I know what to do to at least pass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was
C's get degrees.
Yeah.
Hey,
come on, but that's not the attitude. Don't try to be me.
No, I'm not trying to be you, but like
sometimes with the class, it's just like you're taking the hardest class for that class. It's like sometimes I need to try to get a C.
No, yeah, I'll tell you right now.
Oh, like it's hard, and so it's like passing is success.
Is a C, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. In one of my classes, I'm like, I have to do like credit or no credit because I'm not sure if I'm gonna pass. Not that I've done bad, but I just like that class. It's there's master students in there. Like all the people.
But so if it's that hard, why wouldn't you just do it pass no pass?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like,
what if you pass?
Then I pass.
But either way, it's still fine.
Yeah, I'll still get the credit if I pass.
Right.
If I don't pass, then I won't.
Want.
Yeah, but that's what I want. Because I'm just worried because it's one of those classes where she doesn't put the grades in. So I have no idea what my grade is right now. So, like, the midterm, I'm not going to lie, I don't think I did the best on it. I don't think I did the best on it. The last test that we had, I think I did good, but I'm just not really sure.
Wait, what class is this?
It's history.
Bruh.
It's
How
hard.
can anybody do bad at history?
Hard.
It's literally just memorization.
I do like it. It's really interesting, but it's like the questions that she gives us are just. I was just like, bro. Like
what type of history?
U.S. history. But it's like how the U.S. started.
I mean, it is crazy, but like.
No, but it's a hard class. Like, it's just a hard class that like. There's the people in there are majoring in history. They're like master students. It's a 400 class, so I'm like I underestimated.
Why are you in that?
Because I signed up for classes late last year and I needed to fulfill something. I forgot what it was. And that was like the last class. And I was like, bro, I'm just going to take it. Because I looked at the reviews of my professor. And she is a good professor because she is like, she makes the class interesting. But like, it's just a hard subject. And it's not for me. I should have taken an easier history class. Like, what was I doing taking a 400 history class? I don't know. But it's hard.
Yeah, because you're right. That is mostly probably for people that are majoring.
Yeah. I like it. Don't get me wrong. Like, when I was studying for the test, I was like, this shit is interesting. Like, don't get me wrong. I really like it. But it's just, like, a hard class. The last test...
your shit, girl.
Literally. The last test was, like, 4 questions, but they were all essay questions.
I hate essay.
See, I like essay because I could just kind of BS. Like essay.
That's what I did.
Essay, I just write basically everything I
But
can
that's
even
why
think
I'm
of,
like-
and something in that essay's got to be.
But
Gotta
that's
hit.
why I'm like, yeah, I was BSA, but I'm like, is it good enough? Is it not good enough? Like, I don't know. I don't know because she hasn't given us like our grades.
Why don't you talk to her or something, or email
I should
her?
talk to her, but
Just
Like,
be like,
what
hey,
am
yo, what, like, what's the work here?
Yeah,
I'm
I
over here
should-
giving my best.
I
Like,
think I will email her
can you
and
hook
be like,
me up?
yeah, I'll be like, yo, like, do you think I'm gonna pass this class? Like, what's up?
Be like, hey, I'm in a sorority, yo.
Okay, actually, T, I'm actually gonna drop this story.
She's gonna drop it.
Don't say, because you don't want people to hear this.
Well, people already know. It's not. It's just like. It's not that
This is
big of
the
a deal.
biggest news to hit the
Bruh.
household. She's gonna drop out of her group.
Touch sorority? Oh, knew that last year.
No, last year she was just saying she had issues. I thought.
No, she didn't get that spot.
Oh, that was
The
last
position.
year.
Vice president.
Yeah.
No, vice president. The other
Damn.
one.
So her and Kamala both lost.
Okay.
Women just can't win an election.
Women can't get a
What
No,
happened?
it
Who
was-
let you down? Who didn't vote for you?
It was just a whole thing. I don't want to get into it.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. But honestly,
But
that's
I am
not a
gonna
bad
drop.
thing.
It's not
I
a bad
mean,
thing. Also, it's just because like I said, I'm trying to focus on school right now. Like I actually do want to excel now, like at school, and I feel like it's just taking up too much of my time. There be drama all too much, and I'm just not into that anymore. Like I feel like I'm growing up. Like I feel like I'm trying to move on from that. You know.
Young chicks, you hearing this? Like, go to college and you think I gotta go to sorority, and
You
it is
don't.
cool.
Yeah, it is.
does.
Yeah.
You had fun
No,
and
yeah.
you learned a lot. You did a
Mhm.
lot. So it's like, but if you are maturing
I'm very
and getting
grateful
more
for it.
towards like, I'm getting ready to like get out in this real
Yeah.
world and
Mhm.
get a real job. That sorority, that was cool, whatever. But how is that gonna keep
Yeah.
helping you? It's more just for a social thing.
Yeah.
So if it's not doing anything for you anymore, you know, bail.
time to-
You still
time to let it go.
hopefully they'll still be friends with you. Aren't sorority chicks like mean? Like you're at a sorority, I'm not talking to you.
I know. I'm gonna hope. I feel like I'm gonna hope that my girls are still gonna be cool with me because I haven't told everyone. I've
Wait,
just told like
is
my
it like
main
a gang?
friends.
You get jumped out?
Okay.
Do they like rip your sweater? Do I gotta take down
Probably
that?
the-
Do I gotta
probably
take down that
exit.
flag in the garage?
Okay.
We gotta burn it or what?
All right.
Hey,
boy.
if you ever get jumped by them,
I
call
see.
us up. We'll show up. Fine.
I actually have almost got jumped by an ex girl.
Oh, I thought you were saying another sorority. I was like, damn, sororities are getting
No.
down like that nowadays.
No, I'm actually cool with like the other like some girls in other sororities, but like I have like there was. Should I say this?
Say it.
Okay.
As long as you don't say any names.
Yeah, I'm
I
not gonna
guess.
say names, but there was a girl, and she like yelled at us in the bar,
About
like me and
what?
my friends, me and Marilyn. She was like yelling at us that we were ops and that like she was like, "F the ops are in here." Like,
But wait, why were you an
this was
op?
an op,
And how'd you know her?
huh? Because
Like,
I
was
used
she
to
in
be
the
friends with her.
sorority?
I used to be friends with her. She used to be in it, but like she did some crazy shit, and
Oh, so she was more mad at the sorority, not necessarily you.
no, I think she did not like me. Yeah. Crazy. Well, maybe I should not get into that though.
All right, I guess let's
It's
save
tea,
that.
it's tea.
Save that
Good.
tea for another. All right.
It's good tea now.
So our producer Dirty Dez
But it has
was telling us we're already at like 40 minutes, so we gotta
We gotta sneak
wrap
this
it up.
up.
But I had two more big questions.
Okay.
Because like if we're talking college and like other kids are like, hey, I want to know how college is or whatever, you know, all the important stuff. To me, the most important thing, and this is like getting serious, I want you guys to like answer. Don't BS me. What's the party scene like? Is it still as sick as I
No, it's
remember?
not.
Is it like
It's not.
is it pounding
Dad.
in the dorms on Thursday night, Wednesday, Thursday? Is it like just out of control, walking around looking for parties, going down to Mexico to TJ?
Dad,
No, we didn't
let
go
me
to-
disappoint you.
First of
real quick.
all, we don't go to school in San Diego, so we don't go to like the #1 party school in
No.
California.
Chico
By the
used to
way.
be the #1 party school,
It
and
did.
it used to
It
be.
did.
It used to be popping, and
Yeah.
everyone talks about it. Like, why is Chico not as good anymore? Because like I feel like freshman year too, it was still really good. Like
I mean, it
had-
must have been good. Allie got arrested.
I didn't get arrested. I got a ticket.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I think I was discriminated against because
Oh,
let's be real for a second. There was many white people.
Hey, our producer Dirty Des is white. Chill, bro.
Spanish than you.
Chill. No, actually she doesn't. We've been doing a thing. We'll tell you about that later, but we only talk Spanish during the day, although she won't do it, and I murder her. But anyways, go ahead.
Anyways, no. Yeah, so Chico
into
used to be like the number one, and I feel like freshman year, first semester, it was really good.
Yeah.
And like last year, it kind of died off, and then this year, it's just dead.
So that's weird because San Diego State too was like for a time like the biggest party school. They go, I think, in like
it's like
waves. Then it'll get hot again, and then it's kind of like, oh, now it's kind of died down.
Yeah, and I feel like also though, because I'm 20, waiting to be 21 to hit
chill.
the bus.
Acting like she's saying, oh, I thought you were going to say like,
no,
I thought you were
like
going to say like, I'm old. I'm like 40 years old. I'm not into that. Oh, you're saying, yeah, you moved on. That is true.
Frats,
that is
honestly,
true.
I went I went like a few weeks ago with my friend. It was the last time we went to the
and they're
frats.
now.
And we were just like, bro, what is this? Because it was like
just like young dudes acting like idiots.
Yeah, and obviously they're like all 18, so we're just like everyone's drunk as hell for a party that's not even good.
Probably reminds you more of like high school parties.
Yeah, it was.
Remember
like
you guys would come home and be like, just everyone's drunk and it was like stupid.
It was stupid. Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, we were just like, no, we're just, and we saw the bars, we saw the line for the bars.
So I don't want you guys to get into bars because it's like, that's where real action goes down.
And that's what we want.
And because think about it, bar action starts at 21 and can go all the way till whatever. Like you know what I mean?
The girls are in the bar, all right.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like, damn, that's like real party.
But also, my major does not really allow me to go out that much.
Good.
These days.
Salute to engineering.
These days. But no. So for me, like frats, I'm not really, honestly, I'm not gonna go to another frat until like Cesar Chavez. Ooh, I'll be there. She'll be there, but like, and even then, I don't even know if it's gonna be that good.
Okay, well, I mean, I know you guys are partying because every time you leave to go back to school, you take some of my alcohol. So I know you are still partying out of control. Just remember, of course, I would never be like, don't party, but just remember, pace yourself, don't get out of control, and just still remember that alcohol is insane and can still lead
to death.
You haven't told me, actually literally to death, and you haven't told me any stories of you guys getting crazy, but like I know you've either been around people or maybe even yourself have like gotten pass out, blackout drunk, and that's when like bad stuff can happen. So just remember that should always be the like, I want to party, I want to have a good time, but you never want to get there.
Like that. Because don't want to get like that.
You probably, maybe you guys have good friends, maybe you don't, but like you don't want to ever be like that where you have to rely on somebody else to make sure like first off I get home, secondly that I like live. You know what I mean? If you're like this, falling asleep, throwing up on yourself, you could die. You know what I mean?
That's one thing I have to say is I have really great friends that will literally like take me home. So I feel like, and I've been around people that don't have.
But I hope you're not saying like, oh, I have good friends that'll take care of me, so I'm just gonna go get.
No. I don't ever. Honestly, I've never blacked out. I've never blacked out ever in my life.
Oh, okay.
But
good.
But I've seen people that don't have anyone there for them, and it's like
that's scary. Or like, have you ever seen someone like so drunk at a party and they're like, there's nobody around that's
where am I
there to help them? Yeah,
that's happened to me at the club before. At the club.
That's like, that's exactly what I was just saying. Exactly.
No, that's not happened to me. I've seen it.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, Allie. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
No, not me personally. Okay. But it was like freshman year.
That's scary. And there's so many predators out there.
They're deep in the city. We're like near the Tenderloin, damn near. Like.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to that tender, man. We drove through there one time. It was a scariest day of my life.
It's just scary. But yeah, my freshman year.
Respect. Respect for the tendy.
That's. Because freshman year, I didn't go to any parties. Like, Marty used to always be like, oh, I'm going to this frat party, I'm going to this frat party. Because, like, at my school,
it's a different vibe, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about any frat parties. I knew about, like, I remember there was a girl that was like, oh, there's a frat party tonight, and I didn't even know. I was like, wait, we have frats? Like, what? So, I didn't really get into, like, that until second semester, but we used to just go to the club. Like, because there was a club, 18 and up. Shout out Club X.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
it's cool, but
it's chill. I used to do those 18 and over.
It gets like old really fast because like I don't know, the club is gross. It's all sweaty. There's like it's a mix of like young people and then very old people. So it's like what is happening, and it's also really far into the city. Well, actually, I can't even say that. But we used to bus over there. So like it was like a journey to get over there too. And that's all we did.
That's crazy. That is good though. You're getting that big city living. Yeah. Like that's an extra little bonus. How we're saying there's other people who have never left even like this little town. You know what I mean?
True.
You've literally lived in a big city. Yeah, your city isn't huge, mighty, but you go to visit her, so you know what. It's not like you don't know what a big city is either, because you might not live there, but you're over there all the time partying and just hanging out. So you guys are getting more real world experience. You know what I mean? That other people don't get. But all right, so the party scene is still on.
Party scene is cool.
Sounds a little different.
Not
but
really
still,
at the frats, but
Yeah, I don't
waiting for the bars because
But partying is just partying, you know. Partying is hanging out. Partying is hanging out with your friends and just having drinks and just like having a good time. Like to me, that's partying too. So that's good. You guys are getting the full college experience. But okay, let's wrap it up because our producer Dirty Buzz is giving us the cut sign.
This is the access, y'all.
The last thing, you both have a younger brother named Little Tate who's going to college. He's starting the process. He's already halfway through junior year. So this summer, we're going to go do the college, you know, how we took you guys to check him out. And what do you think?
Wait, has he
Is he gonna
talked
be a
about?
senior?
Yeah.
Has he talked about like colleges?
No. So that's why I'm saying, do you have any advice for him?
No.
Would you say to go
feel
up
like-
north like you guys? Would you say to try to stay closer to home? Like, any advice for the little homie?
I feel like with him, because he's very much a homebody, I feel like he might want to stay a little closer to home, like San Diego, like San Marcos or something.
Yeah.
I've been pushing.
But
I've been
also,
pushing.
he doesn't say anything. So if he wants to go to UC, you know, like,
Yeah.
there's options that are closer. But I don't know. I think as long as he just puts himself out there, you know.
He's getting a
doesn't
little
stay in
bit
his
more
dorm.
talkative, but he's still a little creep in the room nonstop. You know what I mean? Let's all be
No,
honest.
deadass.
But let's admit, a lot of like boys his age are always
Right.
playing
It's the
games.
same. It's the yeah.
But I think as long as he has that balance, like make sure he goes to class, he should start going to the gym, and playing his games when he can. Depending on his major too, like he may not be able to even do all of that.
And you know though that boys mature later than girls. So like, because you girls were shy
Facts.
too for a long time, and then it seemed like it was just kind of like instantaneous. Like, oh, all of a sudden these girls are like outgoing and talkative and whatever. So he's just way behind, I think. But I think he's never going to be like as social, but I think he'll, you know. And I've seen him around his friends. He's actually pretty decent. Like, you know what I mean? He has conversations and
Well, I would hope so.
whatever. But any advice for the kid?
Ugh, yikes. I don't know. I feel like, honestly, he just needs to. Isn't he
Just
taking
do
like,
it.
Yeah, isn't he taking like AP classes and all
Yeah,
that?
he's like in.
He's better than me. I didn't take
He's
any
in
AP
like 3
classes.
AP classes.
He's
right
really
now.
smart too. So
And
I
like
think he
2
should
honors
just-
class.
Yeah, I feel like he just needs to keep it up.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs. I feel like he should get involved more. Because he used to play sports, but I doesn't even play sports anymore. Like what? I hold that title of the most sports in this house. Even
Salud.
more than that. Thank you. So
Salute. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. He is right. You're right.
he'll be
School wise and all
fine.
that, he's good. I think just socially he needs to pick his game up, but I think he will. You know,
Yes.
once you're forced to do it, you do it. Like you guys have said, showed up like what the, and then it's just like, hey, you got no other option. Like you're there.
Yeah, you just gotta do it, man.
You're in
You just gotta
Frisco.
do it.
You're in Chico. Like girl, good luck. Like you know, what I mean? Nobody's there day to day.
Yeah, I feel like in college you don't need a big group of friends as long as you have like your core.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you're gonna meet a bunch of people that come and they go.
Yeah.
That's-
So all right, that
I
was
wonder if he's gonna move far. Do you think he's gonna move far?
far.
Yeah,
No, I think he'll stay.
I feel like he's gonna stay.
I think I've been trying to just kind of push San Diego a little because it's like it's close, but you still. I feel like he wants to feel because you guys went away. Like, oh, I gotta like you going to college is going away, not just like going in LA down the. You know what I mean? Like, I think he feels like college is like you got to go somewhere to college because you guys both went away to college. So I think San Diego would be perfect because it's away, but it's like. Dude, I used to come home every other weekend when I lived in San Diego.
I think that's one thing he should not do. I feel because I have a freshman roommate right now, and she goes home every single weekend. So when she comes
I
back,
wouldn't let him though. I'll just be like, nah, that
yeah,
door's locked.
don't let him, because every time
be
she
like,
comes
good
back,
luck.
yeah, because every time she comes back, she's like, I hate it here. I'm so depressed.
You're
And I'm
100%
like-
right. So see, the difference is like you guys were depressed or sad or whatever, but you didn't have a choice to just come home every weekend. If you would have, then you probably would have just been like,
I would've
I'm not
been
going
saying-
back, or I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? Because you
Remember I wanted to
come back
transfer?
so much, yeah. But the fact that you guys just were like, hey, we don't have a choice. We got to like stick it out and force it. If you got forced to do that, that's why it worked. So I think with Taylor, I wouldn't let him, of course, come home.
Yeah, because that's like definitely the biggest mistake I've
Yeah.
seen, and that's what I'm saying right now with my roommate. And we keep telling her because she's like, because she lives 2 hours away, compared to me and Jess, we live 6 hours away.
Right.
So she's like, how do you guys do it? Because like we're close to family, both of us, and we're just like, girl, like you just gotta.
Oh yeah,
because
because Jess did the same thing.
we're just like, girl, like you gotta stick. Like it's hard, but like you're not gonna get used to it if you don't let yourself get used to it.
And
Like,
now you and Jess, I feel like your lives are more like at Chico than they are. You know what I mean? Now it's like you would think that's more your home, honestly, because like you're there 9 months out of the year. So it's
And
like
you
it
both
eventually
enjoy it.
turns into your home, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is a good point. Like even when I went to school, there was kids like that where it was just like they would just keep going. Like first it started like, oh, I'm gonna go home one weekend and not. Then it was just like turned into like they're gone
single weekend.
as soon as like the last class on Thursday, and they wouldn't be back till like this one chick was like literally there like 2 days. I was like, why are you even in the
it's
dorm?
like, you're
Why are
not
you even
gonna,
taking
you're
it?
not gonna
Yeah.
make friends.
But
You're
she
not
hated
gonna-
it, and that's why she would do it. But you're right, she never gave it a chance.
Yeah.
If you just leave every single time, then you're never gonna like hang out. Like that's when the ish goes down.
That's when
It's
the
like
ish goes
weekends,
down.
like,
The weekend,
you
yeah.
start meeting people. Like that's when it's like people
Actually,
would come
I've
back
had
like,
them-
oh, what
yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you
My
don't even
roommates
want to know
too.
what
Because
happened.
during
like,
the week you're going to class, like
Yeah.
you're not doing any, like you're not really
Yeah, of
hanging
course
out
you-
with
yeah.
people. So like obviously you're gonna hate it because you're just going to class. Like who likes
Bet.
going to class?
Bet.
But then during the weekend is when you hang out with your friends, you go out, you
Yeah.
party.
party, drug. Oh no, just kidding, just kidding. And back then it wasn't legal, so no, we didn't do that. But I did drink a lot.
So yeah, so like
you
with
did
my
what?
roommate, because she's
Drink.
We know you drink.
Oh yes, I'm drinking right now. What's our time? These girls won't stop talking. They said they didn't want to. All right, hey, we gotta cut it. We gotta cut it.
No.
We're gonna have to do
I
part
thought we were gonna
two.
talk about music.
No, we're gonna do a.
He's telling us to stop
We're gonna
talking.
do another. We're gonna do another one on something else. I have another topic for you guys, but for this one, for schools, hopefully you all learned something from these two. Hey, there's ups, there's downs, there's backups. In the end, it's gonna be an up because you're gonna walk out of there with a degree. Hopefully, if not, God forbid
Knock on
something
wood.
happens, bad grades. But hey, you still walk out with some experience, some life experience. But come on, let's not do all this.
Life
for not
experience,
a
it's a
diploma.
waste of money.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude, living in San Francisco is a waste. No, you're
No.
doing what people like.
no, trust.
Oh,
No, I,
I thought you were like, this is just a waste.
No, yeah, it would be a waste if I like didn't get my degree.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, and I'll whoop your ass. Not gonna lie. If we did all that for no degree, remember that night we had to go pick her up and come back the same night? Remember how crazy that was?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
We got out there at midnight to move you out, remember? And then like we packed in 1 hour and drove all the way back.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That
Yeah,
was
I'm at, like,
crazy.
5
Props to you, man.
Yeah, so
I was
like,
there.
all that for no damn degree. Shit, come on.
I
man.
do want a new car.
Oh, what is that?
I wanna move
Nothing
into
to
a
do with college
house.
then. Hey, hopefully you got some knowledge on how it is in school and how it is to get there and pass and thrive and all that. And thank you to the twins, Marty, Allie. Until next time. All right, man,
Bye.
cut it. Let's do one more quick one. You guys got the vibe? You guys
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right, let's.